I'm Dr. Maureen Craig. I'm a nurse specialist and a yoga teacher at UC Davis Health. Tonight we're going to have a class that I've titled Ho'oponopono in honor of the Hawaiian healing practice in helping us deal with troubles in our tribe and in our own world. So I'm going to suggest that we start in a reclined position, but if you prefer seated, that works for you as well. Please get in a comfortable position. I'm going to go ahead and recline here on the mat. Then just as you come into a position of comfort, feel the weight of your body arriving here in the practice, letting everything go that was former in your day and really being present here. Take a nice full breath in. And a slow exhale, letting the air leave the body along with any tension. Another full breath in. A little hold at the top, and then a slow release. You might take one more full breath with a long exhale. And bringing your attention over your heart, and starting with the Ho'oponopono practice. The first of the 4 phrases is, I'm sorry. And you might think, I'm sorry, what is that meaning? Each of us in our lives experiences things that we might unintentionally do harm, whether it be to a neighbor, to ourselves, or even to the earth itself. And in each of those circumstances, we can just take a moment to say, I'm sorry, and go forward with an intention to do our best. So just whispering that phrase for yourself, I'm sorry. And the second phrase is forgive me, or forgiveness. Forgiveness is a powerful practice, and we embrace that as a form of letting go. Letting go of the wrongs that have been done to us, not to excuse them, but rather not to let them continue to run our day to day. So letting go of the past. That forgiveness can extend out to, again, a neighbor, perhaps to our parents or a child, a partner, and even to ourselves. Forgiving ourselves where we haven't quite met the mark that we've expected, or we may have made a choice we didn't feel was best. Forgiving and letting go, that clean slate, and moving into the next phase. The next phrase is, I love you. And you might bring your hand to your heart and just see the vulnerability of you as a human being and how you are working to do your best with your life, and bringing that loving connection towards yourself and letting it extend out to others as well. Perhaps even receiving the love that you know comes from others towards you. Whether love is flowing out from us or coming to us, gives the same experience in the brain. So I love you. Letting our love be there for ourselves or for others, and receiving the love of others. And this can include pets as well. And then our final phrase is of gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for all the blessings that come in our lives, from the little things like our toes being able to wiggle, the ability to stand, move the body, eat and digest, the ability to give a hug, receive a hug. Our nourishing food, our shelter, clothes, jobs, friends. And how about the natural world? So many blessings, the sunshine and the beautiful weather that we're having in the spring. Perhaps the cherries or strawberries that are coming on. Just let your heart fill with gratitude. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Turning to that at any point in your day to just reset your spirit. Letting go of this practice now by taking a little fuller breath in. A long exhale. And perhaps reaching your hands overhead for a bit of a stretch, pointing through your toes. And bring your left knee in towards your chest. Perhaps a few circles with your left knee. And then just allow it to come across the body and reach out to the opposite side. Come back into center and draw your right knee in. Let the left foot go long. Couple circles here with that knee. Bring it into the left hand and come across the body. So you take your gaze from the other hand out behind you. And slowly roll back to center. We're going to find our ways up to a seated posture. One option is to take your hands behind your thighs and plant your elbows as you rock up and come into a seated posture. Feel the tallness in your spine from your tailbone right through the crown. Let the shoulders come back and down. And then slowly let your chin roll to the chest. And start thinking about the back of your neck, keeping it long even as you're exploring and stretching. Roll the shoulders forward up towards the ears. Slide them down the back. Do a few shoulder rolls. Feel those shoulder blades landing on your back. And let's bring our hands to Namaste right in front of your chest. Press the palms together here. Inhale, bring the elbows together and bloom a lotus. Exhale down. Inhale, lotus. Exhale down. Now we'll make the breath a little bigger here. Inhale up to the lotus. Open the arms into cactus. Exhale, bring them back down. Inhale up and open. Squeeze the shoulder blades and bring it down. Exhale. Again, up and open. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale, big breath. And exhale. Reach the hands out into a T. Roll the thumbs back. Feel those shoulder blades gently reaching for each other. Drop that right hand to the mat, sweeping over. Side bend. And then sweep through center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale through center. Exhale, side bend. And this time, roll the heart forward towards the mat. And then back up and open, gazing more towards the sky. Come on through the center, sweep on over, heart towards the earth, and then to the sky. Come on up to the center and gently walk your hands to the outside of your right thigh. Lengthen the spine, gazing over to the right, and then gently gazing over the other shoulder. Walk the hands to the other thigh. Again, lengthen the spine, gazing over your left shoulder, and then turning gently to the right. Come back to center, and you might place your hands on your knees and take a little cat-cow where you're just undulating the spine. And when you're ready, come on over onto your hands and knees And we'll continue with cat-cow. Your hands will be placed right underneath your shoulder points, knees underneath the hips. Some of you are new in our practice, and I want you to remember it's most important that you listen to your own body, spend time in those poses that work for you, and do your best and leave the rest. Starting with cat-cow, here we arch up the spine. Inhale, we gaze forward, and the belly drops. Exhale, Marjariasana. Inhale, Biddilasana, or cow posture. Angry cat. Inhale, cow. Back and forth. Finding all those little movements in our spine, which is made up of many vertebrae. It feels so good to find the articulation of each of those. And then come into a sideways motion. So push your ribs out to one side. Inhale and push them out to the other. One more time each side. Push the ribs out. Big breath. Exhale them out the other side. Very good. We'll come into a balance table now. So just feeling your hands, pressing both hands fully on the mat with the fingers spread. We're going to start by kicking the right heel back as an extension of your spine. Feel the strength of your table. Adding that left thumb to the sky. Inhale, a little lift here. Exhale, sweep off center. Awkward airplane there. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sweep away. And if it doesn't feel good to sweep away, just stay long. This is a very powerful practice for the back body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sweep away. Now bring your hand down, bend the right knee and kick the heel up to the sky, and then bring that knee in towards the chest as you arch the back up. Kick it out, bring it in, exhale, inhale it out, exhale it in, inhale up and in. Two more times. One more. Then lengthen out that foot, drop the ball of the foot to the mat, and give it a good stretch so that calf gets a little stretch, the sole of the foot, the toes. And then bring that right knee down and a cleansing breath. Move to the other side. Push the left heel back. Feel the back body engaging. The right thumb to the sky. Little inhale and lift here. Exhale, sweep off center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale away. Big breaths here. Lengthen. Exhale. Lengthen. The right hand comes down. The left knee bends. Kick it up. Exhale it. Bring it into the chest as this back arches up. Inhale as you push it up. Exhale it in. And again. 3 more. 2. 1 more. Lengthen out that foot, drop the ball of the foot to the mat, and just roll on the bottom of that foot, and also stretch the calf a bit. Very good. Walk your hands one hand print forward. Squeeze the glutes a little as you bring yourself down to the mat. We'll take a couple cobras here. Zip the thighs together. Feel the spine get nice and long through the crown. Inhale, use the back body to lift the heart. Exhale, soften. Now, if you've just had your dinner, this may not be a good posture for you. Honor your body. Inhale, lift. And soften. 2 more. And release. Last one. And release. Tuck your toes, push your hips back, Stretch back in a bit of a child's pose, lengthening out from fingertips to tailbone. Float forward in a modified up dog. Squeeze the glutes and lift the heart. Exhale, push the tailbone back. Inhale, float to a plank. You might rock in your plank. Make sure your hips are high enough so that we have no sway back. And then push your tailbone up. We'll come to our down dog posture. So the hands and the feet are in line with each other like two lanes of traffic, and your fingers are spread on the mat with the weight being at the base of the thumb and the first finger. Inhale, float out to plank. Drop your knees, push back to child's pose. Walk the hands back towards the knees. Tuck your toes. Flip your fingers towards your knees, and we're going to take just a little forearm stretch here. Just lean your hips back as your forearms get a bit of a good stretch. Helps after we've been possibly on the keyboard all day. And then we'll press our hands into the mat. Toes are tucked, heels together. And as you press into your hands, you're getting a good stretch on the soles of your feet. And then when you're ready, come on into your squat. And push your hips up, coming to a forward fold. An option to put your hands on a block as you stretch out the back of your legs one at a time. Inhale for a half lift, pressing on your shins, slide the shoulder blades down the back. In our half lift, we'll just stay here for a breath or two. Feel the belly fill with air. Exhale, scoop the navel in up to the spine. Inhale, let the tailbone reach back and the inner thighs spin to the back wall. Exhale, scoop that navel in. One more big breath here. Exhale and fold. Nod your head, yes. A little bit side to side. Sweep your hands behind you and slowly float yourself up to tall mountain and release. Beautiful. Okay, we're having a little bit of a Hawaiian theme going on, so we'll carry that forward in our balance posture, which we'll do now as well. So with balance posture, please feel comfortable moving next to a wall or table, something that gives you a little stability, if that's something that will help you with your practice, okay? We're gonna bring all of our weight to one leg. We're gonna come into a tree posture. You can put your heel on the top of your foot, the side of your ankle, the shin, and some people like to do it on the thigh. Only area I'd ask you to avoid is the knee. Don't put your foot against the knee. And then find a focus point and let your little arms come out to the side. And in this case, we're pretending a palm tree. So I like to dangle my fingers down instead of up in my palm tree pose. Next, we'll move to our bird or albatross pose. So while you're holding this focus point, we're gonna let that back tail go back behind us and our arms out like a wing or like wings. And then we're going to come into our surfer pose. So landing the back foot with the toes out to the side, 3 o'clock. This front knee is over the ankle and our arms are stretched out like we're on our surfing board and we're coming in from the surf. Now as the back arm comes forward, the heel in the back lifts and we can drop our knee like we're climbing the mountain or the volcano. Lots of mountains in Hawaii is my understanding. And so you can take 2 or 3 of those knee dips, then the weight in that front foot and coming forward. Okay, let's take those moves on the other side. Shake out those legs just a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and bring all the weight to the other leg. Coming into our tree pose on this side. A little breath, find that focus point, really helps you with your balance. And then we're coming out to our bird or albatross pose. Had to move forward just a little bit to accommodate my space here. Dropping back into your surfer pose. So make sure that front knee is right over the ankle. Back toes can be out to 9 o'clock. Riding in on your surfboard. And then bringing that back hand forward as you lift the heel on the back foot. And coming into what's called a crescent lunge. And then just dropping that back knee if you wish. No need to do that. We're just kind of imagining climbing the mountain. And then stepping back into your mountain posture. Okay, go ahead and shake out your arms and legs, and feel free to repeat any of those postures that were fun for you. We're going to move into our flow practice now. So coming into your top of your mat, finding your mountain posture. Just take a moment to arrive, again feeling the heels, the weight of the body in the heels. And feel the joints stacking. As you come up to the shoulders, take a moment to notice the throat and use your exhales to narrow the throat a little bit and control the exhale of Ujjayi breath. So we're breathing through the nose, narrowing the throat on exhale, slowing that breath down. Ujjayi breath gives a little back pressure and helps increase oxygen absorption. Inhale, let your arms come up. Exhale, a nice swan dive. Forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold and step back on the right, bringing the right knee down. Untuck the toes, 2 lanes of traffic. Let the hips sink towards the forward heel, stretching open the front of the hip flexor. And you might just kind of feel that back knee and the front heel drawing towards each other, helping open up the front of that hip. And the arms can come up in that modified warrior 1. And then frame your foot and draw that left hip back. Explore the stretch on the back of that left leg. And then as you walk your hands forward, bring them up on top of the knee. And then sweep that right hand back all the way into an open twist. And then dive it over, plant that right hand next to the left foot, tuck the back toes, and bring that right knee up. And stack your shoulders into a dragonfly twist. Take a breath there. And as you bring your top hand down, grab your block, bring it to the inside of that left leg or the left foot. Take a little hop forward and then draw the left hip back. We're coming to our pyramid pose. Both heels are at 6 o'clock. Feel the spine lengthen. Little micro bend in the knee. And just breathe, keep activating your back so you get a little more ask from that in the back of the thigh. If you soften the back, then you tend to fold. So keep the back active even as the heart comes towards the knee. Then set your block aside and step back for your plank. We'll take a flow here, knees down, elbows in, chest and chin. Inhale, roll the heart up. Exhale, push it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise that right foot up, bend the knee, stack the hips. Fire hydrant, flex the ankle, and then bring that right knee behind the right wrist. And I like to place my right hand on a block, keep the ankle flexed and slide that shin forward a bit. So you come into your pigeon pose here. This stretches in the outer right hip. Bring that shin forward to whatever degree is right for you. And then try to unsickle the back foot. And breathing with that. 2 or 3 breaths in this stretch. And setting your block aside, frame out your hands and push your right leg back up to the sky. Inhale and bring it forward. And take a dragonfly twist on this side. As you bring your right hand down, step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Sweep your hands behind you. Activate the back body, rising, tall mountain, and release. And then just let the movements be released and shake out those arms and legs a little bit. And then we'll come and have that flow on the other side. Coming into your mountain posture. Inhale, the arms float up. Exhale and fold. Half lift and fold, stepping back on the left. The left knee comes down to the mat, and now we're going to draw the right heel towards the left knee, opening the left hip flexor just a bit. Use the breath, and then the arms can go up in your modified warrior one. And if your shoulders aren't feeling that great that you can bring your arms up, feel free to bring them in cactus or to fold them across the chest. When you're ready, draw your right hip back and explore the back of that right leg in a hurdler's stretch. And then as you walk your hands forward, bring them up on top of that right knee. And then we'll reach the left arm into an open twist. So just bring it into whatever feels good for you in that twist of the spine. And then dive it on over. Bring that left hand down to the mat or a block. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee, dragonfly twist, stack the shoulders, and breathe. As the right hand comes down, you can bring it to a block on the inside of your right foot. A little hop with the back foot, 2 lanes of traffic, pyramid pose. Draw the right hip back and explore that stretch in the back of the right leg. Setting your block aside, frame the foot, step back for your plank, taking your flow, knees down, elbows in, chest chin. Inhale, roll up cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot up, bend the knees, stack your hips. Exhale, bring that left knee behind the left wrist. Again, the hand might go on a block. Keep your ankle flexed. Option to bring that shin forward a bit. And the stretch might be a little different on one side versus the other. Just breathing with the stretch. Keeping the knee comfortable, the ankle comfortable. The stretch is in the outer right hip. One more breath. And then draw that shin back a little bit as you frame out your hands. Push the left foot to the sky. And exhale, bring that foot forward between your hands and take the dragonfly twist on this side. Bring the left hand down as you step, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Sweep the hands behind you, rising and releasing. Take a moment to check in with yourself as you let go of tension in the body and take a good breath or two. Maybe get a drink of water. I'm going to have a sip myself. And then come back to the top of your mat and we'll continue our flow practice. Now this next flow is a little bit challenging to the balance, and you don't have to take that part of it, so take the parts that work for you. We're going to bring our weight to the left foot, sweep the right foot behind it so your legs are actually crossed. Okay, and that's optional. Make sure you feel sturdy on your feet. Inhale, let the arms come up. Exhale and swan dive. I'm going to have a little more ask on the back leg. Inhale for a half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. As your arms come up, bring that back foot forward. The knee comes up, and then step it way back, crescent lunge. Now, once you're in that lunge, you might say, that's not quite right for me. So bring your block to the inside of the foot, reposition that back foot any way that it needs, okay? So you feel like this is your best crescent lunge ever. Let those 2 feet in 2 lanes of traffic push away from each other, and your arms come on up. We're going to do that knee dip, and this is optional. The knee can come down and push it back up. Feel those back of those legs working. 2, and we're going to do 1 more. 3 dips. Nice. Let the back heel land. Toes are coming out at 2 o'clock, and we'll take our warrior 1 posture. You can take temple fingers or have the arms just alongside each other or in cactus, whatever is right for you. We're going to release the arms in front of us like we're holding a platter and let those thumbs come back, reaching behind us. Breathing here, feeling the breath in the low belly, engaging the pelvic floor, navel to spine. Release the hands to the sacrum, interlace the hands and draw them down. This lets you kind of spread your collarbones and lift the heart. Coming into a humble warrior. So draw your shoulder blades together. Breathing here, your gaze might be lifted a bit. Feel the engagement of the muscles from the pelvic floor all the way wrapping the abdomen. Slowly and in control, rolling that heart towards the mat. Humble warrior. As you release your hands, bringing them to the mat, walk them forward to a tripod. Coming to a standing split. Lift up on that left leg, the right foot to the sky, your gaze behind you. And then gently letting that foot come back down, step back for your plank. From your plank, let your knees come down or chaturanga, high to low push-up. Chest and chin, roll up to cobra or up dog. With up dog, you're on the tops of your toes. Flip your toes, push to downward facing dog. Take a breath or 2 here. On your next inhale, looking between your thumbs, and on the exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Little softness in your knees and hips, and sweep up to a chair. Landing in your heels, bring the hands to the heart. We'll open them into cactus. Exhale back to the heart. Open to cactus. Exhale to the heart. Push through your heels and splash up, releasing the body from the pose. Beautiful. All right, well, we get to take those postures on the other side. So take a cleansing breath or 2. Find your mountain posture. Mountain posture, our feet are parallel to the long edge of the mat. Take the left foot behind the right if you're wanting to have that part of the challenge. And the hands can go up. You can lean a little bit towards that back foot, side bending. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale for a half lift. The spine get long. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep your hands behind you as you rise again. And this time bring that back foot forward, bring it up with the knee, and then step back for your lunge. Again, I'm encouraging you to take a block to the inside of the foot, reposition your feet so you have a really good, sturdy crescent lunge. Makes it so that you feel that posture in your body. Then drop the back knee, lifting 2 or 3 times. At which point we'll put the heel down, toes out to 10 o'clock. And coming to our warrior one. Take a moment to engage the pelvic floor. Use the exhales to wrap the abdomen with those strong muscles. And let the hands come out in front of you like a platter. And the thumbs come back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Drop the hands to the sacrum. This time, move your fingers over one so it feels like you're holding someone else's hand. Breathing as you're preparing for your humble warrior. Bring a lot of attention to the core, all those muscles that wrap the abdomen. And slowly, with control, pushing the feet apart, fold to the inside of your right thigh. Humble warrior. Release the hands to the mat. Walk the hands forward to a tripod with the front foot. The back foot comes up and you are standing split. Take a breath there and then gently let that back foot come down and step back for your plank. Taking the flow of your choice, knees just chin or chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. We all meet in down dog. Or child's pose if that's better for you. Take a breath here. Glance between your thumbs and on your next exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Feel the shoulder blades coming down the back. Exhale and fold, softening knees and hips. Reach behind you, coming up into your chair. Feel the weight in your heels, pushing the heels away from each other. Hands to the heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, heart. Cactus. Exhale, heart. Push through the heels, lift up, and release. Beautiful. Feels so good to let go of tension after you're holding it strong. All right, come to the long edge of your mat and step out for a full stride. So that's about 1 leg length. Let your heels be out a little bit more than your toes. Squeeze your glutes so the front of your hips open up just a bit. Get a good stretch there. Then rest your hands on your thighs. Just press on them a little bit to lengthen out the body. And come on over in a fold. Bring your hands to a block or the mat. And enjoy the inversion for a moment as you walk your hands perhaps through the legs. Little micro bend in the knees. Then walk your hands out into a wide leg down dog. Feel the tailbone lifting, the hamstrings stretching. Both hands will walk over to your left leg. You can place hand on the ankle, foot, hip, and slowly draw the heart towards the knee. Breathing and releasing with these deep stretches. And walk a rainbow over to the other foot. No reason to hurry. Take your time. Placing the hands on the leg. Little softness in the knee as you draw your heart towards the knee. And breathe with this stretch. Gently coming back to the center, and then walk your hands toward the top of your mat. Step back for your plank. Holding plank for 2 breaths. Push to down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Option this time to raise the right foot, and exhale, push it up to 3-legged dog. Inhale it back down slowly. Plant the right foot, float the left. Push it up, 3-legged down dog. Inhale, coming back down to your plank. Plant the foot, let the knees come down, and the chest all the way down to the mat. Bring the arms out into an airplane. Zip the legs together. With your next inhale, lift the heart a bit, keeping the spine long, reaching the arms back. Breathe here. And rest your right cheek on the mat. Cleansing breath. Plant your hands alongside your hips. Draw the elbows in. Inhale, lengthen from toes to crown and lift just a bit. Breathing, 3, 2, 1. Left cheek to the mat. Cleansing breath. Bring your hands underneath your shoulder points and push your tailbone back towards a child's pose, forehead towards the mat. And then walk your knees between your arms and come on over onto your back. Plant your feet, reach your arms out in front of you. Lift your heart a moment. Let your hands and your feet kind of hold you in position, and then push your back. So push the spine back, and we're going to unroll the spine vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly unfolding it to the mat. Just finding those areas where your spine and core need just a little bit more work. And then coming down to your mat. Bring your heels up behind your glutes. And we'll take a bridge and unfold the hips. All right, landing your heels, spreading your toes. Press the skull into the mat to roll your shoulders under a bit. Then push the small of the back towards the mat, lifting the tailbone. Squeeze the glutes, and the thighs come up to the sky. Knees together just a bit. If you have a block nearby, you can place it between the knees and let yourself squeeze the block. Breathe with this pose. Lift your heels. And slowly lengthen your spine vertebrae by vertebrae, letting it come down, and then slide your block out from underneath you or from between your knees. All right, we'll lengthen through the right heel, cage the ears, and slowly roll up to the left knee. Slow and with exhale, engaging the obliques. 2 more. Switching sides and engage. Use those nice slow breaths. Try to lift the shoulder blade just a bit off the mat. 2 more. And releasing back, bring your heels up behind your glutes. And we'll take another bridge. Find your way there. Once you're in your bridge, lift your chin just a bit to keep the neck comfortable. Breathing here. Option to drop the hips a little, squeeze and lift them up. Just engaging those muscles. Sometimes when we move the muscles, we notice them more. So you choose whether you're holding or having a little pulse. One more big breath here. And slowly unwind the spine. Now you can bring a block behind your head. You can cage your head if that works better for you, but either way, see if you can bring your shins into tabletops. You can also reach your arms out behind you, and as you reach forward, press through the right foot. Inhale back. Press through the left. Inhale back. Press through both. Inhale back. Choose what works for you here. Breathing and slowly engaging your core. Two more. Nice big breaths. One more. Bring the heels down. Find a block. As you bridge up, slide the block underneath your sacrum. Bring your shins in. Point through the toes. We're going to do a tiny scissor kick here, just crossing the feet. And you can bring your feet out in front of you a tiny bit to engage the core a little bit more. Breathing with it. One more breath. Bring the knees in. Make sure that your block is secure under your sacrum. If it's not, bring your heels down and reposition that block so you feel a lot of safety on that block. Then just let your heels go to the sky. You might let your heels drift apart for an inner thigh stretch. Whatever works for you. Legs up the wall, our restorative posture. You can take circles with the ankles, flex and stretch the toes, or just be still, whatever feels good. When you're ready, let the knees come towards the chest and take a cleansing breath. Keep the left knee in as the right heel goes long. Walk your hands up the back of the left leg for a bit of a hamstring stretch. And then switch, bring the right knee in. Left heel goes long. Walk your hands up the back of that leg. And then slowly letting both heels come down to the mat. Bridge up and take your block out from underneath you. Bring our knees in towards the chest, and you can reach for your ankles or big toes, coming into our happy baby here. Eye of the needle is another option. With happy baby, the heels are pressed towards the sky, the elbows on the inside of the knees, and you're feeling the back body against the earth. And then releasing your toes or whatever you're holding on to and bringing your hands to your shins, and rock left and right, catching yourself with your elbows. Hands onto the kneecaps. Draw some big circles on the back and switch directions. Let your left heel go long, holding onto that right knee. Bring it across the body and let it reach out in front of you as you take your gaze behind you with the right hand. Take a cleansing breath. Let the left hand support the right leg as you bring it back through center. Bring the left knee in towards the chest. Bring it into your right hand. Bring it across the body. And then bring your left hand out behind you for your long spinal twist on this side. Cleansing breath. And gently bringing yourself back to center. Let your arms and legs roll away from the center of the body. Coming into Shavasana, our final resting posture. Feeling the weight of the body grow heavy. And beginning to sense the echo of your practice as you let your body yield to the earth. Perhaps reflecting back on Ho'oponopono, our healing practice. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. Letting those words settle a bit in reflection on your heart. Softening your jaw and your throat, your shoulders. The arms growing heavy. The breath in the low belly. The whole body supported, nurtured, cared for. Nothing to hold on to. Can you let go just a bit more? Continuing on in stillness, if that's right for you. Or perhaps beginning to find a little movement in your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Maybe a bit of a stretch. When it's right, letting yourself come on up to a seated posture. Bringing your hands to heart center. Taking a moment for gratitude. Thank you for sharing practice with me. And for taking the time for self-care. The light and life in me sees and honors the light and life in you. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, friends, for joining for practice. I hope you have a beautiful week. And don't forget to have as much yoga as you want at maureen.yoga. That's the website that has all the yoga classes. All right, I'm going to check in on the computer chat and open a breakout room and would love to connect with you there. You'll see me here coming up to the other computer and switching the camera. here to the integrated camera. There we go. And then we'll open a breakout room. And let's see.
Can't see a picture. Is the camera uncovered?
Yeah,
No picture.
I don't know why.
You should just talk to them while you're doing it.
Okay, there we go. Now I have to start my video. That's why you're not seeing me yet, I guess. Maybe not. I'm not sure why you're not seeing me. My camera isn't working. Not sure what is happening, but I seem to be in the breakout session.
All the times.
There we go.
You
Okay.
had the camera covered, I said.
Okay. And here I am. Okay. What? It's just you and me, Gary. Hello. I can't hear you. Goodbye.
Amy wrote in chat, "Thank you, Dr. Craig. That was amazing."
Thank you for sharing that for me because I did not see chat at all. So that makes me feel better. And nobody came to chat session. Janice was there?
Yep.
That's cool. Who else came tonight? Steve, Amy, and Janice, and that's it?